So Aliens 5, we got some brand new concept art for the film that will never be. In fact, it definitely will never be now that we're getting more and more concept art. I did a Aliens 5 mega stream 2 days ago on Monday, and I did say there and then, if there's anything else that drops, of course I'm going to cover it. Why wouldn't I? Of course I would. This stuff is absolutely fascinating, and actually it develops the story even further. There's actually quite a lot of reveals in this, more so than I thought that there would be. The artist, his ArtStation and Instagram, as always, will be linked in the description box because these people don't get enough credit, and he really does deserve to get some credit for this stuff. It is absolutely incredible stuff. It's beautiful work. So we're just going to go through it and discuss it. They each have a title as well, so we'll discuss some of that and how it also links up to some of the other images. But the first one is quite literally this, which is dubbed Alien Queen, which we've seen before. It was in, at least we knew that the Alien Queen was going to be in this because it's in the image floating way yonder next to my head. But this is a great piece of artwork. And I know a lot of people are split on whether they like the Alien Queen or not. I think the Alien Queen as an addition works well. I still think it actually complements Alien very, very well in the respect that, yeah, you can get, a singular drone that works to, the benefit of its, singular species as is, but then you can work together in a hive mind-like mentality with the Alien Queen. Again, beautiful piece of artwork here. Really, really beautiful piece of artwork. But then we go on to something interesting. So there's quite a lot of Hicks in this. So this is Hicks and Ripley planning. And that is the title of this piece of artwork, Planning. You can see Hicks not disheveled, because I'm going to show you some images in a minute where he is very, very disheveled. And they're obviously pulling up some kind of like hologram, some holographic thing. Now, I was trying to zoom in on this image, and I still can't quite make it out, but I did wonder whether this image pertained to one of the others in the sort of compound facility where there was that miniature sort of totem space bridge looking thing. I'm not sure. Just literally just a guesswork at that point. But again, great image. Clearly they were plotting. Clearly they're planning something. Clearly they are, because there's some other things which pertain to this moving forward as well. Now this is Hicks with this trematode. It's called Hicks Attack. Now this is a new addition to the Alien franchise. There's a few things that I wanted to discuss about this image specifically. So in this new round of images, we know now what the trematode does. The trematode actually lays tiny little facehuggers, which I'll show you in a minute. So we know what the trematode does. We know what its purpose is. But the other thing I wanted to point out here is look at Hicks's gun. What is that? Does that not look an awful lot like what you would imagine engineered tech to be? Or even potentially something along the lines of Predator technology in this universe. Now, I don't think that is something which was going to happen, but I do think that this would have expanded upon some of the engineer technology. I think this gun here, this weapon, clearly indicates that, and it does look cool. It looks like something which they would wield around. It looks badass. But alas, the trematode gets the better of Hicks. And it's called Trematode on Hicks. Very inventive name. But the interesting thing here is this actually confirms that the trematode does secrete something onto the being that it looks to attack. Because you can see the white stuff on Hicks's neck there. And he's clearly struggling, with this creature to try and get it off him. Which, yeah, looks great. A good image. Clearly, these trematodes were going to be a massive part of this film, which was codenamed Red Harvest. So now knowing from some of these other images, which I'll show you in a moment, that the trematode lays facehuggers in humans, tiny little facehuggers, one can't help but wonder that maybe the Red Harvest pertains to that. It is a literal Red Harvest. They are harvesting up humans to regrow the alien species, perhaps something along those lines. Now, this is the one which revealed to me that, yeah, this is what they do, tiny little facehuggers. So this one is actually called Facehuggers Birthing. And this pertains directly to this image, which is Trematode sniffing. And then, ladies and gents, Trematode cutting. So you notice what, you can see exactly what's happened here is the Trematode's gone inside and then boom. So it's the same person. It's literally the same person. And this is Facehuggers Birthing. So the Trematode's purpose in the alien life cycle, I guess, was maybe a manufactured design of some description, which again, goes hand in hand with the whole Red Harvest situation there as well. But yeah, again, a pretty big reveal. I think the assumption that I said on the live stream discussing, they're very much going the sort of biomechanical route and sort of manufacturing these things, I think was probably right to a certain degree anyway. Now this is called Anchor. This is clearly just a facility. There's nothing really else on this, so it's clearly just a location that they were toying with the idea of at least running with. In the film at one point, there really is nothing else on this one. Now this is an interesting one, and this is called gland removal. And now, so I'm thinking that this is probably a synthetic here, unless this is a gland from an alien, but I doubt it because you can see the synthetic fluid for starters, the gland, but then attached to the gland is that very iconic alien synthetic sort of white bead looking thing. So I think this is probably just a synthetic, nothing else really to dive into with that as an image. This one is just called Jet Arriving. Fine, maybe this is probably on Anchor. It looks cool, it's a good image, the artwork's beautiful. That's about it, nothing else to go into. Now this one's cool. This is called Acid Eating Bombs. And these are the tiny little facehuggers. These are tiny little facehuggers. They look exactly like the things that were floating around in this image. So yeah, I think these are just the tiny little facehuggers secreting some form of acid as they're floating around the bay, the station, wherever they are. This is a badass image. This is Ripley arms up in dropship. But, those keen-eyed Alien fans will be well aware that this is a smart gun. Only seen in one film, Aliens by James Cameron. And it's great. Like, it's super, super cool. Really, really, really cool. Looks badass. Good to see it back again. I think it's a cool... it was a good addition. You see the pulse rifles in the background there. Good to see them come back. It looks good. I can't hate on it. I've always loved the smart gun. They were epic to use in AVP2 as well. And this one is just titled Jack's Arming Comanche. So a dropship, one would imagine. So not an awful lot else to kind of go into here, ladies and gents, but it still looks good. Is fantastic, is fantastic stuff to have a look at. But I hand it over to you guys. What do you think about this? Good, bad? Does it get you sort of whet your appetite for more? Again, I did that sort of hour-long Alien mega stream, but I'm always happy to discuss this stuff because we're really learning a lot more about it. I really hope that script leaks, which has now been confirmed numerous times by the artist on his Instagram. His replies are great to people. He literally says it was cancelled because Ridley has an ego problem. And he also just said, no, there was definitely a script. This was made off of the initial ideas pre-final script. But yes, I have read the script, etc., etc., etc. Thus confirming what many, many other people had said and what is widely known. That, yeah, Ridley Scott, for some bizarre reason, lied. It's easier to believe that one person lied than everyone else lying. Like Neill Blomkamps, the artist, James Cameron, Sigourney Weaver, etc., etc., etc. And I think he probably did lie. I don't know why. Save face somehow, some way. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. What do you think of Hicks's sort of engineered tech gun? Let me know. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. If you stayed this long, you clearly enjoyed the video. So hit that like button on your way out. Thanks so much. Take care.